This morning I had a fascinating case. You know that frequent arguments over money are one of the top 5 reasons couples break up. Who's responsible for paying the bills is a big issue for a lot of couples, just like the one I saw today in divorce court.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Vanessa Gonzalez and Jeovany Lopez. The two of you have been living together for 7 years. You do not want to live together anymore, and Ms. Gonzalez, you would like to get $2,000 in transitional support. You want that in part because you believe that he took advantage of you when you first met because you had recently gotten out of a marriage as a very young person. Why don't you tell me what happened and why you think he took advantage of you?
I was vulnerable.
How old were you? How long had you been married?
I was married to my ex for 2 years. Together for maybe a total of 4. Didn't work out.
Yeah.
You know.
You were very young, though. You were 19 when you got a divorce?
17.
You were 17 when you got married? And 19 when you got a divorce?
Correct.
Okay. And how soon after the divorce or during the divorce process did you meet Mr. Lopez?
In the midst of it.
In the middle
of it. Yeah, okay. I known him since grammar school. I never liked him. And one day he was in my brother's house, and I went over there after a fight with my ex, and he was there. So from that day...
Oh, he must have said something good over there.
He did. He did. He swept me off my feet, I'm not going to lie.
Explain to me the sweeping process. What did he do to get you off your...
He was just charming. He made me feel safe. He made me, he told me he's going to take care of me, that I'm his. I'm not going anywhere. So we literally never separated since that day.
You know, my son, the 23-year-old, told me, he said, you know what they ought to do in 8th grade? And I said, what? He said, take the girls out of the classroom and give them Macking 101 so they know what kind of crap we come at with them. You know what I mean? He says, he and his boys, they go do things, and they know if they say certain things, they get the chick no matter who she is. And she says, you got to warn them before we get to them, what our Mac looks like so they're ready. But anyway, Mr. Lopez, why don't you tell me, is that a fairly accurate recitation?
Nah, vulnerability is always a shot she's always taking. It's something she's always using. I got, like she just told you, I got with him because I was vulnerable. The way it happened when we got together was that she was out partying. We was all partying together. So we were out drinking. We was in a mutual friend's house. And, me and him got along real tight. So I told him, watch, I'm going to make that girl mine. He was like, yeah, I want to see you try it. That girl despises you. I was able to flip that, The third day came.
Hence, Macking 101, I'm telling you. This might be a thing. Go ahead.
The third day came, and she was like, yo, I think it's about time I got to go home. So I was like, no, I don't want you to go home. I want you to stay here with me. I'm going to take care of you. I told her, you know what? Save your money. Come move in with me. I got you. You don't got to pay rent. You don't got to pay none of that. I'll hold you down.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Lopez. Did you always really like her? Or was it just a matter of you bet your buddy I can turn this around? And then you just kind of got involved in it? Or did you feel sorry for her once you realized she had issues?
I thought she was real pretty. The falling in love fell afterwards.
Okay.
It was just, I was digging her, Me and her were really tight. And I did still talk to females, like on the phone, but never, did anything or went out with them or anything like that.
So from the time that she first moved in with you, which was not long after you met her, right? She stayed there 7 years.
Not there. Not in that same place, no.
Not the same place, but with you. You were living together for 7 years.
Yeah.
You were living together for 7 years.
On and off.
Now, Ms. Gonzalez, you said something to me. This is all off topic, but it caught my attention, so I'm going to ask you about it. He says his approach to sex is disgusting. What do you mean by that? Gently.
Since he's so disrespectful, you know, every time he tries to touch me, in front of family members, in front of friends, it doesn't matter, and everything is just like, huh? And always trying to touch me, you know, and I find it disgusting, you know,
So
because it's like
you
I feel like
say
I'm
too
property.
much public display of affection.
Even in private, even when it's just me, it's just that's all he aims for, you know. So I feel like I'm a piece of meat, you know.
Do you have a response to that, Mr. Lopez? You don't have
Oh
to.
yeah, she makes it seem like I'm going like and making it in front of everybody. I do like a little love tap. Like she'll walk by me, I'll go.
Not true.
You know what I
Not
mean?
true.
That's it. Like it's not that serious. I wouldn't go.
That's not
Come
true.
here, give me that. Nah.
That's not
hell
true.
no. And sometimes, oh mind you, sometimes to bother her, I will go when nobody's looking. I will, you know what I mean? Like sneaking. She'll be like. That's my sense of humor. You know what I mean?
No.
I think that's kind of cute.
No, but he does. That's not true. He doesn't
Yeah.
do it like that. He does not do it like that. I promise you, he doesn't. I requested a lie detector test, but it was too late.
It was too
They were like, you should have told me, you know, before.
Do you trust him?
I didn't, because I've caught him in a lot of stuff throughout the years, and now I started to trust him until.
Some things happen.
Yep.
And we'll talk about those things. My
Okay.
question to you first, however, do you trust her?
No.
Why don't you trust her?
Because she's a compulsive liar. Like, I used to start trusting her when she swore on her father, but then I caught her on a lie. And then on top of that, like, the cheating was I would consider it, like, brutal. Because I was, like, manipulated into thinking, you know, she was good and this, and that. But I was thinking, like, no, she's going out. I'm catching her. She won't let me see her phone. She's going out. It's a girls' night out every single night. I'm not allowed to be around when her friends are gonna come through or when she's gonna go out. And when she does allow me to go through, it is females. It's just females, but she'll disappear. I told her I didn't love her. Yeah, I was honest. I told her.
You told her you didn't
He
love
told
her.
me that now.
In the very beginning,
He
no.
didn't love me in the beginning.
I didn't love.
Yeah.
I told her I didn't love in the beginning. I never even said I love you. I never said those words.
Have you been living together for years but find that splitting up is as complicated as getting a divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Divorce Court. I am going to let you respond, but Mr. Lopez, I want you to give me your best evidence that she has been doing something she's not supposed to be doing with other guys.
Ooh, I got a shotgun shot for you right now.
All right.
Well, she records all her phone calls, right? And mind you, she was manipulating me into thinking she was a good girl, and this and it was an ongoing thing for the years. So I was like hurt in my heart, you know what I mean? So one time we're in the house, and I saw her marking her password into her phone. So I waited till she was, you know, off guard. I grabbed her phone, went into it. She has a call recorder on her phone. So I listened to one of her conversations, and one of them were that she was talking to a guy saying, giving him some sort of attitude. And the guy was like, but why are you giving an attitude? You know, and the phone call was about 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? It said the time right there.
Well, what were they saying to each other?
She was giving him an attitude, and she was like, why are you mad at me? And he was like, I'm not mad at you. He was like, I can tell by your voice. You're giving me an attitude. Why are you so mad? He's like, I'm not mad. It's just you're supposed to spend the whole night with me. You know what I mean? And right there, once I got that proof, I looked into all the other ones, and she had several phone calls with different guys, you know what I mean? At 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. She got another phone call where she declined. When I was asking her who was that, she was like, oh, it's nobody. It's an unknown number. It was a number that she didn't know it was.
Okay,
Wrong name.
I'm going to let Ms. Gonzalez respond. He seems to have some rather convincing evidence that you have, in fact, been dealing with other dudes. Is it true?
Okay. For the first 5 years of our relationship, he has been cheating on me, telling women, come over, I want to sex you, girl, this and this and that. Okay, so I took all this abuse until, yes, finally, on our 6th year or on our 5.5 years into the relationship, I rebelled. And I was talking to other dudes, and I told them about it. you know. But was I going around sleeping with them? No.
Now, did you mess up
Didn't
first,
tell me
Mr.
nothing about
Lopez?
it.
Were
Yes.
you running around on her beforehand?
In the beginning, I said yes, and I told her I didn't love her. I was honest. I told her.
You told her you didn't
He
love her?
told me that now.
In the very beginning,
That
no.
he didn't love me in the beginning.
I didn't love.
Yeah.
I told her I didn't love in the beginning. I never even said I love you. I never said those words.
Why
I
did
did
you do
fall in
all
love.
that stuff for her if you didn't
Exactly.
love her? Or what?
Because I liked her. I liked her.
Oh, okay.
And you know, and the way and what the like turned into love.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you stopped running around with other women
Yes,
now
I
that you
did.
say you
Yes,
love
I
her?
did.
hasn't?
And when that stopped, she started, and that's where the issue is.
Well, who is
Because it was
Jessica?
5 years of abuse.
Excuse me. Who is Jessica Jada?
Jessica Jada is her.
No, it's not. No,
She
it's
think I
not.
don't know, but I know.
No, it's
it's
not.
her. And
No, it's not. He thinks
she
it is.
does that. She breaks into my Facebook accounts, my Gmail.
That's exactly how I found out, because I broke into your account.
How you break into it? I changed the password
Because
already.
I saw you putting it in.
You know, just because people are living together doesn't mean that you can break into their stuff. You know, there are laws about that. They're putting a lot more laws on the books.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you give somebody your password, that's one thing. But if you, this guy ain't even your husband. You know, you breaking into his stuff. You know what I mean? Just because you're sleeping with him doesn't give you unfettered access to whatever he does.
Oh, and if I dare touch her phone, what? It'll be World War III. I swear to God. World War III with this girl.
You know
She
why?
sleeps with her phone right here.
Because he goes even into my girlfriend's
Still, to
stuff.
this day.
And back to the me going out and because I don't want him around, it's because he imprisons me on my personality.
How does he imprison your personality?
He imprisons my character because
Give me an example of what he does to imprison.
if I'm happy, go giggly with my friends having cocktails, he's looking at me. It's just my girlfriends, and it's just everything bothers him. Like, for an example, like I could spark up conversations with anybody, male, female, that's just the way I am. And he'll be like, look at you, you're all friendly, you're sending mixed signals, and this, but it's to everybody. He literally abuses me mentally, like every day. You know, so of course I don't want to have sex with you. Of course I'm not going to be affectionate with you because I can't stand you.
Do you think Vanessa had enough real evidence to accuse Jeovany of cheating? Vote now. Call 855-70-DIVORCE. Make your vote count. Call 855-70-DIVORCE and get your exclusive offers. If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Divorce Court. Mr. Lopez, you said something very interesting in your papers. You said you don't want to make yourself miserable trying to make her happy. Can you explain what you meant when you said that?
Nothing is ever enough for her. I give her what I got to offer. Everything I got to offer. If it's not enough for her, then let me know. I'll be out. But don't tell me that, oh, this is not enough. You're not making it. Goes. No.
Is it a financial thing? Are there material things that she wants? That
everything. Like it's a competition to her. Oh, but I do more. It's not to me, it's not a competition. It's a 50-50 on everything. If you make more money, help me out a little more with the rent, and I'll put in the work in the house. Okay?
Who makes more money, she or you?
I do.
Okay.
When I go out on sites, I get paid the same amount, but they tax me like half
it's
my check.
whenever they call them.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. You don't think that he's malingering, do you? He works hard, doesn't he? Just because he makes less than you doesn't...
But that's not the thing. The thing is that he does nothing financially, and then he wakes up. So imagine being disrespected from when he opens his eyes. So he closes them. He's calling me fat. He calls me the B word. He just does so many things beyond that. And it's constant. So you think I want to do anything for you? I want you to put up more. My dreams, everything he puts to a stop. He don't care, you know, and he's childish, he's disrespectful.
What dreams did he put put to a stop?
I want to go to Florida because schooling is better for me there. It's cheaper. It's better for me there. I said it's only going to be for 2 years. He doesn't want to do that. Why do my dreams get to put on hold and I'm just here wasting my time being abused? He literally abuses me mentally, like every day. You know, so of course I don't want to have sex with you. Of course I'm not going to be affectionate with you because I can't stand you.
Mr. Lopez, are you nasty to her? Do you call her fat? And be honest about it. Sometimes you get frustrated, you do things.
Okay.
Is that part of what goes on?
She's talking about what happened before I left.
So you left and then came back?
Yeah, so I left for 7 months. She tried calling me, but I completely blocked everything. I shut down everything after I found that phone call. So I went back to the house after 2 weeks with police escort. And she did not allow me to retrieve my items. The cops were like, she's too wild up. Just, you know, take the personal items you need and go, you know?
Of course, because you owe me money for the rent and you never give me nothing. I wake up every day to take you to work at 5 a.m. 3 towns over every day. And you don't even throw me $10 of gas. You're cheap. You don't do nothing for me. You see,
now she's talking about that day,
no,
and I wasn't making a lot.
For me.
I was making hardly anything.
Have things changed now since he's come back?
No, it's the same thing. It's the
Why
same
did you
thing.
take him back?
Because the first month or two, of course, we haven't seen each other in 7 months. Of course, everything's going to be peachy green, you know? But then he started his old little habits again.
What habits? What habits?
Of disrespecting me.
Mr. Lopez, are you in this relationship? Do you want to say, I got the impression that you weren't done. Or if she moves to Florida, I'm done. I'm not quite sure where you are. And you either.
I want to be on the same ground with her.
Ms. Gonzalez, are you done? Or are you just trying to get this thing fixed?
I just need you to fix it.
Okay. In divorce court, people tell me the most intimate details of their lives. Join the conversation and share your experience on our Twitter page @Divorce Court and on our Facebook page. See how fans deal with their own relationships. The discussion can get heated. Don't miss it. Mrs. Gonzalez, you're not going to like what I have to say. I know you've asked for $2,000 in transitional support, and you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're not married. You know, with marriage comes obligations and comes privileges. You know, there's a reason to get married. If you're going to shack up with somebody, he really doesn't owe you anything for whatever may have happened or may not have happened. The second thing I want to say to you is you're responsible for your own happiness. You're obviously able to take care of yourself financially. If he's been verbally abusive, mentally destructive, if he's running around on you, why are you there? I don't understand it at all. You don't have children together. You're not relying on him for money. If you stay with somebody who's, and I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying if who's beating you up emotionally and giving you nothing else, you know, that's your bad. You know what I mean? You got to be woman enough to know that you're going to be fine by yourself. I think I see a lot of women come in here, get all mistreated or whatever, how they feel, but they don't want to leave. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. If you're in a situation where you're cool enough to go, don't take it. Don't take it and go. And you're responsible for your own happiness. Mr. Lopez, I think she was right when she said you were playing games in the beginning. You wanted to see how much of a dude you were, if you could get a woman who didn't like you at all to like you. And you played games with it, and then finally you fell in love with her a little later on, but you took advantage of her when you were weak, and that kind of stuff never works out. It's childish, it's hurtful, it's demeaning. Don't do that kind of thing. And I think that's how you got to where you are now. Another thing is, I wouldn't go to Florida with you. You guys don't have enough going on. You're not married, you don't have kids. If you were to leave and go to Florida, for what reason? You don't like each other? You don't have any job there? She's going to keep begging you for more, and it's never going to work out. So I think you've made a sound decision to stay and not go, and I think you need to make a sound decision to go and let it go, but you will not be doing so with $2,000. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered. You know, I get a lot of questions from women just like Vanessa who keep telling me a long story about how miserable they are and how they're making all the money and how they're making all the compromises. And I ask them, why are you there? And then they say, I love him. You may love him, but it may not be the best thing for you. You have to remember, you're responsible for your own happiness, not the guy you're with.